It's week 4 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Bengals on Monday night.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Now Allen. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Stroud looking to throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. But the numbers for Gibbs from last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now Stroud. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
Do you almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Burrow on play action. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Aiden Hutchinson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
And taken right at the 35.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
You talk about this Bengals defense.
This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now Burrow. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Burrow looking to pass. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
On the bootleg, Stroud.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
First catch here by St. Brown. Good for a 1st down. And Stroud now to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
A strong running. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Another run for Gibbs here.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Chase, the motion man right. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Stroud. He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Dragons will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
In motion goes the tight end. Again, it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now it's Burrow.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Jameer Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And touchdown.
Jameer Gibbs with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dragons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 27. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Play action. It's Burrow. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Now it's Burrow. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. Burrow will throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. That is incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
2nd and 10.
Burrow now off the bootleg.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's Burrow. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Will Anderson
coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return.
The Dragons offense and Jameer Gibbs headed back onto the field. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
And his big night continues on that last run. The yardage there going to move him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
That's to the left side where he's got Bowers.
And he will take it in for the touchdown.
Brock Bowers.
26 yards.
And the Dragons are able to add on to that lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Jalen Carter.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Short throw caught by Bowers.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Stroud.
Throw left side complete. That's Bowers. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
Brock Bowers
with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Dragons continue to pull away here in this first half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Robinson hauling it in outright.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. In motion right is Robinson.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Blake. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
And, Charles, yeah, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You're trying to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Stroud to throw it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Throwing now is Stroud. Going underneath, Gibbs has it.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal.
Stroud out of the gun here.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Dragons will extend their lead here just before halftime. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dragons offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 164 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs to the 43, second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down. Off the option, here's Gibbs. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. Gibbs straight ahead. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Stroud working out of the gun. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Dragons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Second down and 6 now. Burrow looking to pass. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Chase, the motion man right. Now Stroud. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Gibbs, touchdown. Now for the point after.
The kicker on for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Dragons.
A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up second down.
At the 45-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Burrow on play action. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Jalen Carter able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Back to throw here. Being chased out left. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
They'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15.
And he continues to rack up the yardage on the ground. That last run going to move him over 200 yards rushing now in this game alone.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
Stroud looking to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
The slot man in motion right.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The visitors' offense and their running back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10.
At their own 14-yard line. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10.
2nd and 14.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Burrow will throw. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field.
And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at about the 28. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
And off to Gibbs, headed right here.
They're going to drop him behind the line yet again, and things going from bad to worse. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
And that is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Burrow.
This taken in by Kincaid. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
12 yards. That's good for a Cincinnati Bengals. First and 10.
Now it's Burrow. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Will Anderson, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. This is taken around the 12.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 218 yards on the ground for him now, as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Right back to him on 1st down. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now a give to Gibbs, running left.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
On the bootleg, Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Hand off now to Gibbs. Gets past one man.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with Gibbs.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, now how about this return?
And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner, and one side a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for Tokyo,
that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.